Aashvi, and while Venmathi is here, she is joining us while she is traveling, and we are going to play her video.
Hi everyone, it's my absolute pleasure to introduce Aashvi R, my mentee for this term. Aashvi is a freshman at the Harker School in San Jose. She took the initiative to find out about magic and apply to the program on her own. As a member of her school's Women in STEM group, she was familiar with some of the recent advancements in technology, and she came in with a general idea of wanting to do a project using natural language processing. We started off by gaining a bit more understanding of what machine learning and artificial intelligence encompass, and then we delved into finding a suitable project. As her mentoring session started a little later than others, we had to find a balance between doing a project that was challenging but also could be completed within the term. Throughout our mentoring sessions, I was very impressed by Ashvi's sharp mind and strong work ethic. She has a solid foundation in Java programming, which allowed her to quickly write code and implement complex features for her project, which was in Python. Despite facing several challenges along the way, Ashvi persevered with a positive attitude and enthusiasm that was truly inspirational. I have no doubt that Ashvi's intelligence, enthusiasm, and dedication will lead to many, many future successes. I'm really excited for all of you to learn about her project. So, without further ado, I'll hand it over to Ashvi.
Hi everyone, that was my mentor Venmathi. I'm in ninth grade and I go to the Harker School, and I'm really excited to share with you what I've worked on during my magic mentorship. To introduce my mentor is Venmathi. She's currently a systems engineer at iRhythm Technologies, where she works on helping diagnose people with arrhythmia by the means of an ECG monitor. And she's from India but currently lives in Michigan, and some things that she enjoys include hiking, growing plants, and reading. So my project is a Python script that translates text to sign language. It takes in a user's sentence and then translates it into the form of ASL videos, which is then played back to the user at the very end. And I chose this project because I came into Magic wanting to learn more about ML and especially NLP, and this project seemed like a unique application of NLP, and it was also a bit familiar because I learned a bit of ASL previously when I was younger, so it seemed a little bit familiar. And then some topics and technologies that I've learned are what exactly ML is and things about it, especially NLP, which I was able to learn more about through the NLTK Python library. And then in general, I was able to learn more about Python libraries and softwares like Python Qt, which is how I made the front end of my project. And then one of the main, databases that I used in my project was the world level American Sign Language database, which basically had all the ASL videos that I used for the translation. Next slide, please. So the translator that I've, worked on so far can only really translate simple sentences that have like the basic noun, verb, adjective, and pronoun. But in the future, and ultimately, I would like to be able to translate more complex sentences, either with like more than one subject or like with names of people. And throughout working on this project, I really enjoyed being mentored by Venmathi, who was equally passionate about ML and really gave me valuable insight and help while I was working on this project. And I especially learned more about NLP and things about it, such as tokenizing and lemmatizing, and also in general about Python libraries, databases, and softwares. And I guess something that I wasn't really anticipating was a lot of challenges in terms of implementing ASL rules to the regular English grammar we all know. But I was able to use parts of speech tagging, which I'll talk about later, to help me perform the translation. And then lastly, I learned that implementation is something that's never ending. I think it's bound to improve and change over time, which is something I'll take away with me. For my demo, I'd like to start off by giving like a bit of context on how ASL grammar works like. So if we take a basic example of a sentence, I am going on vacation tomorrow, we can break that sentence up into four parts. So the time, topic, comment, and referent. So that's the order and how that's the order of ASL, I guess. And if you were to sign this sentence, you would sign tomorrow vacation go I. So obviously it's like very different from how we would say things in English. So when I was trying to find the logic on how I would translate this, I looked at the parts of speech for each part of this sentence. So the topic was kind of like the noun, and the comment was the verb, and the referent was the pronoun. So that's ultimately how I was able to translate a user sentence. So the first part of my script was tokenizing the user sentence. So tokenizing basically extracts like each part of an input. So in my case, it would be getting the words of the sentence. And then right after I found the different words that were in the sentence, I found the parts of speech for it. And then the next part of my script basically lemmatizes each of those words. So the lemmatizing basically finds like the root or the stem of a word. So if, for example, if you were to take the word discoveries or discovers, the lemmatized version of both these words would be discover. And the reason for why I lemmatized each of the words was so that I could find an ASL video for it in the database, because the database doesn't have like the videos for all the words. So um, I lemmatized it so that I could find the most basic sign for it. The next slide, please. Yeah. And then after lemmatizing each of the words, I basically use this code over here to download the corresponding ASL video from the database. Next slide, please. And after downloading the videos, I applied the ASL rules, and then as you can see over here in the ASL order, like the third line, that basically corresponds to like the parts of speech order. So the noun, then the adjective, then the adverb, then the verb, and the pronoun. And then I used that order to basically make the cue for the videos that would play. Next slide, please. And then this is the last step of the script, which basically plays back the videos to the user. And then here's a quick demo. So the sentence here is dogs are my favorite animals. And then you click translate. And then that's dogs, animals, favorite, which is the adjective with animals. And then finally my, which is the pronoun. So yeah, that's my project. I hope you all enjoyed the presentation, and thank you for listening.
Great job, Aashvi. You have such a wonderful way of explaining things too. That was really fantastic. And we have a hand up. Annika.
First of all, I want to say that your project is so interesting. I think it's really great, like the inclusivity that it brings. So I'm not sure if you tested out your project with multiple coding languages, but I'm wondering why you like ultimately decided to use Python for this.
I think part of the reason why I did this in Python was so that I could use, especially the database that had all the ASL videos. So yeah, that's why I used Python.
Neat. We have another hand up. Smriti.
Hi, congratulations, Aashvi. I am just mind blown that you are approaching such topics. I work in NLP as a full-time engineer, and I just learned about part of speech tagging like a year ago. So really cool and amazing application. I was wondering if, before starting, if you saw what this space looked like in the world, and if you'd be open to publishing and sharing this work.
Yeah, so when I was, I guess, learning more about like what other people have done with this, I mean, some people didn't really do it exactly the way I did it in terms of videos, but they had it with like image recognition, and it was kind of the reverse translation. So like from
Right.
language to text. So that's what was there like already. But yeah. Your second question was, could you remind me?
If you would be open to sharing this, publishing this.
Yeah, definitely. If I would be able to, I guess, make it a little bit more intricate, making it translate more complex sentences. Yeah.
Awesome. Great work.
Can't wait to see that become a reality one day.
Yeah, this is Ira. Congrats. This is a great project, like all the other projects. I wanted to say that please continue to work on it. And this applies to the previous mentees as well. We will actually be archiving all your projects and hopefully soon publish them on our website so people can actually see it live. And once you, add to it, please write back to us. We'd love to show off your work. Thank you.
Great point. Well, we have a couple great job comments as well I wanted you to know about.